What is going on, everybody? We already know who's on this panel. If you were here pregame, congratulations. We got the post game, and it's nothing like we thought. Again, shout out to the Rams for having a good game plan. Sean McVay, I always got to give props to the team that beat us, regardless of how I feel. But look, this was a bad performance by the Eagles once again, where we stepped up in certain situations that we weren't doing as well in week one. We still faltered in some of the same situations, a little bit on both sides when it comes to coaching and to quarterback play. Look, this is one of the YouTube channels where you're going to get all three of us are we always highly talk about Carson Wentz. You got the Philly 500, you got LB, and you got these three people on the panel. We talk the highest of Carson Wentz, but in this talk today, I'm going to come down a little bit. Does that mean I think Carson Wentz should be benched for Jalen Hurts? No. Does that mean Carson Wentz is not a good quarterback? No, but he's bad, and if he don't get better, the Eagles don't get better. That's my first take. Go ahead, Gate City. Oh, the defense too. Sorry about that. Go ahead, Gate.
You want to finish with your thoughts with the defense real quick?
Oh, yeah. As much as Carson Wentz missed little throws and crucial throws, because I'm big on that first down interception to J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, which we'll get to later. The defense, again, we gave them a short field. Miles Sanders fumbled the ball just like we threw picks last week. You got to help the offense out. You can't just automatically say, well, since you gave us a little field, we're going to allow a touchdown. That set the momentum. You let Jared Goff go 13 of 13, looking like Joe Montana reincarnated. It was bad. The defense is continuously getting beat. The pressure's not there. Avonte Maddox on the island when there's a good receiver in front of him is a problem. The defense is not what we thought it was, and that is one of my biggest takeaways because, look, Carson Wentz was bad in week one and week two, and we're going to get to Carson and Doug. But if the defense is what we talked about all offseason, maybe they stand tall and help this struggling offense out. Let's talk about this defense and Wentz because they're the two gleaming things in my thing. Go ahead, Gate. What do you got?
Defensively, I said in the pregame, guys, that we hadn't been tested. I said straightforward. I mean, Washington wasn't a very good offensive football team. They never really drove the ball on Philly. Everything was short field for them. And by the way, we started off this game with the same thing, giving your opponent the short field to go take an advantage over you. And that's a problem. I still have question marks about our pass rush. Now, I will say this. I thought there were times the pass rush showed up and got us back in the game. But I think the blueprint is clear to beat us. Get the ball out of your hands. Get quickly. The ball out of your hands quickly. Don't let the Eagles pass rush get to you and disrupt you. That's clearly what teams are doing to us, so we've got to adjust. Listen, I don't think that you have to completely pull Avonte Maddox as an outside corner, but I do think he's got clear limitations. And all of us have said it. None of us are buying the outside corner situation right now opposite of Slay. All of us have said that this is a problem. And I don't know how you fix that currently. I think you got to give Trevor Williams a chance. Like, it's time to pull him from the practice squad, put him on the active roster, and start working him into this rotation. Like, he was out there when Slay got injured, but I'm saying, he needs to have a more prominent rotation role.
Yeah, I'm just saying he ain't on a practice squad. Again, that's all I'm
saying. Well, no, he was still practice squad, so they designated him from the practice squad this week to be those two players. I'm saying, no, put him on your active 53.
Correct.
It's time to put him on your active 53. You don't need 5 safeties. It ain't doing you any good.
There was one time that I kind of smiled through this whole game. There was one time I kind of smiled through this whole game. It was because of Gate City, and I should have never smiled because the game shouldn't have let me smile. But he says, "Hey, Mike," he texts me, "Hey, Mike, your boy Trevor Williams is getting in," and I text back, "I wanted him next to Slay, not in for Slay." Like, come on.
You got to clarify it clearly.
Go ahead.
Go get your super chat, and then the general will speak. So go ahead. Right.
I respect that. Shout out to Bobby Stevens for the $4.99 super chat. He said, I had the Eagles at 2-2 after 4 games. If the 49ers injuries last, we could still hit that 2-2 bottom line. We don't have enough talent. Bottom line, we don't have enough talent. 2-2 right now will just sound beautiful because we're starting 0-2. 2-2 means we go on a 2-game winning streak, and I forgot what it feels like to win. We're coming off a Seattle Seahawks playoff loss, no preseason, and now 2 back-to-back losses where I believe we were leading one game. We had the momentum in the second game, and yes, Carson Wentz is a problem in both our losses. But I want to address the people who are saying we have to sit him. No. A quarterback comes out and struggles 2 games. It is not tasteful. It's not good. But if you sit him now, there's no going back. You don't come back to Carson. You sit him. That means Jalen Hurts plays no matter what happens, and Carson got to be traded. There's no going back once you bench your franchise guy. So we have to really be 100% sure that we're done with Carson Wentz. Yes, he is a problem when he throws an interception on first down. But before I go anymore, go ahead, General. Give us your, loaded clip and let us know what you thought about that game.
Oh, you already know I'm loaded. I got 2 on the hip. Listen, let me tell you something, man. Grab a Snickers real fast, y'all, because I'm going. Let me tell you something, right? Number 1, the defense, what are you thinking, Jim? I don't understand your scheme. I don't understand why you don't get it. They did the same 5 to 6 plays over and over again. You didn't get that Robert Woods was getting end arounds. The discipline is not there when it comes to this defense. Slay did a good job. I'm not even going to take it away from him. Avonte Maddox, I've been told y'all this. You know what I mean? And I think that y'all agree with me. He is not an outside corner. He's just not. I like Avonte Maddox. But and then at the end of the game, when Crevion LeBlanc came in, he made better plays than Avonte Maddox. Avonte Maddox looked like a chicken with his head cut off.
Hold up, real quick. These listen, we shouldn't have to worry about this.
How much time left?
There's a minute and some change left, and the Cowboys are down by 2. So come on, Atlanta. Don't let them come back. Listen, if there's one
Atlanta
thing
good for that, we seen it in the Super Bowl, man. But listen. All right, so my thing is, right, our linebackers are booty juice. You got, I like the way Alexander was playing against the run. I liked a lot of that. Nate Gary, I'm sorry. Be more Philly. If you ain't here, your dude is bad. He's just bad. He's bad at covering. He slides down people running backs' legs when he's trying to tackle them. He is horrible. I am sorry. He needs to be benched. I need to see some more of these rookies. I mean, you got a guy in Taylor. Why is he not playing? You know what I mean? One thing I can say is Doug called a better game. And a couple plays, I didn't understand. Like the 4th down play, even though Wentz overthrew Goddard, the one that you was talking about. But you got to put him on a run in the 4th downs. It's do or die. You got to make sure that he's able to see the whole field. I seen comments, people DM me, yo, Miles Sanders was open. But at the same time, Carson Wentz was trying to get the ball out fast because this pass rush was getting to him. And if he was getting the ball out fast the whole game. Right? Carson Wentz.
That's for you.
You killed us. Now, I ain't going to say fire him yet, but it's coming to that because you got all this talent and it ain't working. But real fast, let me get to Carson. Carson Wentz, you killed us. We come out, we drive down the field. We got an opportunity to take the lead, and you throw that pick
on first down. I had to
what were you saying? Because I don't get it. I don't get it. Even if you did see Dallas Goedert on a linebacker, throw the ball up high. Throw the ball to where he can't get it. I get what he was trying to do, but it wasn't a good throw. That's point blank period. Now, let's talk about some more of this defense. The defensive line, man, they got tired out. They got tired out with the rollouts. When and I text y'all on the group chat that we got. When they finally had Jared Goff in the pocket, the first 2 times after he went 13 and 13, are you freaking kidding me? Jared Goff You got Jared Goff looking like he's freaking Steve Young or Joe Montana. Get out of here with that. When they kept him in the pocket, they finally got to him. I think it was Brandon Graham that hit his arm. No, it was Fletcher Cox that hit his arm. Then it was Brandon Graham that got a set. I appreciate that. But here's the thing. Y'all got torched. Jalen Mills. Oh my gosh. You need to step up. Avonte Maddox, it's time for you to go back to the middle. It's probably time to bring Trevor Williams in. Avonte Maddox ain't it on that other side. I've been saying this for a while, and I'm going to keep saying it. I've been telling y'all this. He's just not that guy. You know what I mean? And then Derek Barnett, APB out on you. Fletcher Cox had a better game, but I need you to be dominant. That's why we paid you $100 million to be dominant, and you was not. I didn't see Hargrave the whole game. I don't know if he played. I don't know what happened with that. You know what I mean? But what I can say is the offense looked better, but it wasn't good enough. The defense looked worse, and it wasn't good enough. Man, we got exposed, and people are sitting there and they looking at tape. They looking at how Avonte Maddox is just can't cover on the outside. They're looking at how Nate Gary can't cover either a running back or he can't. When I tell y'all, Nate Gary was the worst player for the Philadelphia Eagles at that. Like it's facts. You can't argue with me. When I see running back, I see tight ends running open in the middle of the field on the side. It was just crazy. Pick plays. He don't know what the heck to do. It's time to pull Nate Gary. I want to see Taylor or something. Show me, give me something. Dudes need to be benched and dudes need to be called for. I'll let y'all do, man.
Yeah, let me jump in real quick. Look. Listen, for those who just hear us on here now, ask both Philly Fresh, ask Gate City how I was not. Listen, I was talking so much trash on Carson Wentz throughout the whole text messages throughout this game. Am I right or wrong, guys?
Yeah, and I had to kind of check you on that. Like,
Philly Fresh tried to check me on it, and I still listen. I was downplaying. I was giving him the baggage he deserved in this game. And again, I told him I'm okay with a missed throw here and there. Just win the game. Don't do something to lose the game. And to me, he did something to lose the game. Now, there are other elements into it. The defense is trash. Coaching, I'll give it a 50-50 at this point. But listen, if you do hurts. We got Jason Wall. We got Simone Stanley. We got guys.
The Cowboys freaking won, man. Are you freaking serious?
They won because they got the onside kick, right? That's disgusting.
I ain't even know that, but that's crazy. But go ahead, man. My bad, man.
Yeah, so they score a touchdown, get an onside kick, and score again. Like, come on, Atlanta. Like, can you do us any favors? Now, look, at the end of the day, we shouldn't need favors from other teams. So it is what it is. But let's talk about this Hurts and Carson thing because I really got to talk about that because, look, listen, it's not a video game. You can't just click start, sub him out, put Jalen Hurts in. If he does bad, bring back Carson. If you decide week 2, yes, this is the first time the Eagles been 0-2 since 2015. But if you decide to take Carson Wentz out the game for Jalen Hurts fully, you bench him. You can't go back to him. First of all, that makes Doug look stupid. And second of all, you're not going to get it's just an impossible task. It's an impossible task. So if you decide to do that, Carson Wentz is done in Philly. And yes, he played bad. But if you think this is going to continue, well, it's still got to be a wait and see program. Because listen, do you think Jalen Hurts, even though I like the talent, is going to be able to come in here off of no preseason, the craziest offseason we ever had for a rookie, a guy who did good in his college but also got benched in college, is going to be able to just will us to the playoffs? No. So if we are going to not make the playoffs, we have to figure out what Carson Wentz is. That means a couple more games of Carson Wentz. If by week 8 we are 100% on the losing side, well, then you make the decision to try to move Wentz and bring Hurts in and see what he got because the season is already over. But if you make this decision week 2, going into week 3, there's no going back. No going back. Carson Wentz will not be a Philadelphia Eagle if you make the decision right now. And so, look, I was texting Philly Fresh and Gate City. What the heck is Carson doing? I was saying it, but I can't say bench him because there's still other components in our losses. You know what I mean? So that's my thing on it. Look, you go away from Carson Wentz now, it's never coming back ever.
So let me jump in. So Eagles has landed. That's a pretty good way of saying it. That the Bengals game is quickly becoming the Waterloo for Carson Wentz. Right, the point of no turning back. He's got to win that game, or it does become incredibly difficult to defend it. For y'all that are asking for Jalen Hurts, I'm warning you, be careful what you wish for, guys. I'm warning you. He is not NFL ready. He's not NFL ready. He will look like complete and utter trash out there right now. Like, do I think Wentz lost this game? No, you're tripping if you think that. The defense gave up 37 points. That's what lost the game, guys. Like it or not. I said,
that's a 40 burger.
I said we were going to have to win this in a shootout. What I will say is Wentz wasn't good enough to keep us in a game to have an opportunity in a shootout. I'm sorry. You cannot throw that ball to J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. He knew better. There's no way after he released that ball, he said to himself, like, yeah, I feel like this is going to be a good throw. No way. There's no way. He knew the minute he let that ball go that was something you should have held. But
here's when I want to say real fast, Gate City. My bad, because I don't mean to cut your rant off. It would have been a good throw if it was higher. If the ball, Dallas Goedert is a big guy, 6'5". So if you put that ball up higher, that's a touchdown if he catches it. You know what I mean? I've seen drops of that. You know what I mean? But go ahead. I ain't mean to cut you off.
My thing is I don't think the season one. Who cares? There's so much going on right now. Like this division in general has got a lot to prove. I don't give a crap about any other team right now. What I will say is that something has to happen between Doug and Carson. I thought Doug came out and had a decent game plan to begin with. From what I can see, I can't tell things until the 22 comes out, guys. It's just impossible to tell from game footage angles. So I thought the quick timing passes, I thought that they were definitely doing some good things when it came to the running game. But once again, we get down to situational play calling. This was my thing with Mike. 4th and 2. What do you do? You motion Goddard, really tipping your hand on pass protection.
Correct.
And then you don't move in the same spot. Wentz tries to get the ball to his hands quickly. There's really nothing open at that point. Mike was like, look, I thought Wentz, out of all the times you could get on him about holding the ball, he probably should have held it longer in that situation. My thing was get him on the perimeter. Get Wentz on the perimeter with an opportunity to cause the defense to have to pay attention to him on pressure. Where is the pre-snap? You need pre-snap motion from guys who can be a threat, a Rager, a Djax. You need guys who are on 4th and 2. They need to actually pay attention to an end around.
You know what's crazy?
You know
what's crazy? You know what's crazy real fast, Mike?
Now you got it.
It seemed like things got rolling after we brought Jalen Hurts in to be a decoy. And if that was when things got rolling, I would have brought Jalen Hurts in on 4th and 2. Because the defense ain't know what the heck to do with him. You know what I mean? It seemed like, I ain't gonna say everybody, but it seemed like people were so focused on Jalen Hurts. I would have brought him in on 4th and 2 because that's when things started getting rolling. That's when, things started opening up.
Look, yeah.
Carson Wentz should not have. Go ahead. Go
Finish. Go ahead. Finish. My bad.
Carson Wentz should not have made that throw. People, I got to see the play again. I need a run back. People say that Miles Sanders was open in the flat, but do we know if he was really open? Because when you got these sprint, when you looking at it on TV, you'll just see a guy open, but you don't know because how the TV is he really open? You know what I mean? So that was a bad throw. He shouldn't have thrown that ball. But once again, 2 plays before that, 1 and 2 plays before that, he threw away the ball. But people grind him up for not doing that. So it's like Carson Wentz had a bad game. You know what I mean? He had good moments.
He's at a
He had a bad
lose. He's in that lose section where like he has to play spectacular for people to get off his back, and that's why I understand his everything, his whole component and everything. This is why Carson Wentz tries to do too much, because of that mentality that if he's not the best quarterback ever, he don't get no slack. Now look, he played bad, and here's my whole take on that 4th and 2. Look. He threw the ball away a couple times. Now we're not going to talk about that Dallas got her up the seam, because it is what it is. You get off your progression, you do it, whatever. He threw the ball away more this game than he did in his whole career. He got the ball out of his hands quickly. Everything was good. Now again, it's hard to overcome a defense just allowing 21 unanswered points or 21 points in the first half. There's a lot of things that we have to overcome. However, I will say this. Carson Wentz got the team rallied. The run game was looking good. Doug Peterson on the 4th and 2, maybe you call a run play, because the Rams are not expecting you to call a run play. However, if you don't call a run play, shout out to Gate City. Why not roll Carson Wentz? Carson Wentz is more athletic than Jared Goff. Jared Goff was rolling out left and right and left, and Jared Goff scrambled for a 10-yard first down. He scrambled a couple times. If Jared Goff can do it on a 4th and 2, you put a lot of pressure on the defense. If Carson is rolling out, will Carson run? Will he drop it off to a 3-yard pass to Zach Ertz or Dallas Goedert or Miles Sanders? I don't know. As Philly Fresh said, bring Jalen Hurts in here and give them a awkward look. You bring Jalen Hurts on crucial plays when we were desperate for a touchdown. You bring Jalen Hurts in, and we kind of finagle a thing, and we do it. You don't throw the ball to Jalen Hurts at all, but just him being on the field confuses the defense, and we get first downs and touchdowns. So now you're talking about the play of the game. Shout out to Philly Fresh. Bring Jalen Hurts in. Confuse the defense. Roll Carson out and just throw it to a 3-yard pass to Zach Ertz or Dallas Goedert. Or remember, Carson Wentz got some legs on him. 2 yards is not that much when he's in motion and he's already rolling. But we didn't do that. We can't talk about what we should do. It's already over. We lost. Carson Wentz at that point cannot throw that ball to Dallas Goedert in the middle with underneath coverage, over the top coverage, and just too much coverage. You can't throw that ball to Dallas Goedert. You can't throw that ball to J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. You cannot miss Zach Ertz on 3rd down super high. It was a garbage interception, but you can't throw across your body to Miles Sanders and get it picked. You can't do this. And I said this to you guys in the chat. When Carson Wentz misses, how does he miss? Always high. There got to be something. If you miss all the time the same way, there got to be something to that. Gate City, you being a quarterback, Gate City being a coach, why does he not miss left, right, down? He throws dirt balls. No, he always
does. Yeah, to be fair, he does miss sideways too. That's just a ball placement thing when you miss sideways. So here's the thing: when you miss sideways, the reason that's not reported immediately, Mike, is because there's so much that goes into missing left or right, because you don't know if the receiver was supposed to run a curl, ran an in. You know what I'm saying? There's so much that can go into that. When you miss high, it's because you're on your back foot. When you drive the ball into the ground, it's because you're on your front foot. It's that simple normally, guys. The only other thing that can impact you is like weight distribution, which can put you on your foot or your back foot. How stiff you make that left, well, it depends on what hand you are, but your front leg, how stiff you make it when you put it in the ground, that has to do with it. Your shoulder placement, but it all really comes down to weight distribution being on the back and front foot. That's why you sail it. That's why you ground it. That's generally speaking what happens. Right. In terms of this, guys, like, look, I don't like the inaccuracy stuff doesn't bother me as much as it does other people, because I'm gonna be real with you. A lot of guys who are superstars are not the most accurate guys. They're just not. Exactly. They're not very good fundamental throwers of the football. That's kind of why they're outliers and why they're so good, right? People can say a lot of things about Aaron Rodgers. I would never take a quarterback into a quarterback room and show them footage of Aaron Rodgers and say, emulate this. No, no, you can't. You can't do that. He's not a fundamentally like sound quarterback. More of a Matt Ryan type. Matt Ryan, I think, is a little more fundamentally sound.
But he lost today.
Yeah. Well, like I said, man. I mean, that's whatever. The Falcons are the Falcons. That's a whole another thing. But
I mean, he put up 39 points though, so we not like that. Like, come on,
yeah,
man.
I know.
Listen,
my thing
everybody in
is,
the chat real fast.
Hey, go ahead. Shout out to Joseph Vega with the super chat. He said, "We will be fine. No preseason. We play bad every preseason. The Bengals will be the turning point for Wentz. Turning point. Wentz has stunk. Giants lost. Redskins lost. We lost.
so
You can't put us in that category.
yeah,
We
we
shouldn't
lost
be in
twice.
that category with them other two teams.
Yeah,
You know what
we're
I
talking
mean?
about teams who haven't won games. Look, the Washington football team beat us. They were so hyped off that. I mean, this is a team that only won 3 games. Of course, have your glory. We're talking about a team that although we kind of declined a little bit, is Super Bowl playoffs. Now look, there's a stat that when you start 0-2, there's only a 12% chance of you making the playoffs. But that was the stat prior to the league bringing an extra spot in the playoffs. So it got to bump it up to at least 33%.
Yeah, Greek Warrior, your statement makes no
Man,
sense, dude.
man,
Your
here,
progressions don't have jack crap with your accuracy. Progressions have to do with you seeing the field. Your mechanics, such as your footwork, your shoulder placement, your hips coming through the throw, that has to do with accuracy, man. That's just someone who's never played the game at that position. I can tell.
here's the thing, man, Mike. I get that you keep bringing up these stats and these numbers and all that. I just need us to win.
Just
I
win.
need this. I need us just to do better and be better. Like, here's the thing, right? We go into the Washington football game, right? It seems like we adapt the wrong way to our opponent's thing that they do the best, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we go in the Washington football game, right? Offensive line was horrible. That consists of the defensive line of the Washington football team beating us, right? We go into the Rams today, right? That consists of us being horrible at linebacker and outside corner because the way Jared Goff was rolling out, for him to go 13-13 is despicable. You cannot let a quarterback of his caliber look like a Joe Montana. He was out there, man. Listen, when I say Deuce was open, I thought this was the banged up secondary that we had about 2 years ago, Steve. Like, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm sitting there, I'm watching this, and I'm like, why is everybody open like this? It's like Jared Goff was just playing in the backyard. He was playing pitch and catch. It was no type of different scheme. It was
What
no
bothers me,
blitzes.
what
It
you
was
said
no
about the
blitz.
scheme. What you said about scheme bothers me, Reese, because this is the same exact scheme that we just saw a week prior. There's no difference. They got better personnel. They can execute it better. It's the same exact principles of the offense. This is very much tied up in a Air Cordell spread offense with a North Turner motion offense. That's what it is. It's just that they're really good with their personnel and they're really good at scheming. I mean, and it's not like the Eagles haven't seen McVay before. He was the OC in Washington. Like, come on. Like,
I ain't gonna lie, Steve. He played a different game than he played the last 2 games. Like, we haven't seen Jared Goff bootlegging. Like, we haven't seen him on a run like that in the beginning. Like, I don't know why he switched it up. That was on him because if we won this game, I was going to say McVay gave us this game because of the way that he just stopped rolling Jared Goff out. He stopped that. I don't know why. It was working. You know what I mean? It seemed like every time that he rolled out, he was getting a completion. So when they stopped that, and then we got the sack, and then we got the arm hit, and all that kind of stuff, and we started getting pressure on him.
yeah.
But my thing is, as a defensive coordinator, you know that he's rolling out. Send somebody. You got to send somebody. Your front four. Here's the thing, right? I don't care how fast you think that your defensive line is. They're not faster than somebody that's bootlegging. They're not faster than a quarterback that's rolling out. Send some help, get the ball out his hand faster. Because when he bootlegs, he gets to see the field. You already getting burnt toast anyway. So since you're getting out barbecue chicken, send somebody. Send somebody. And everybody, with the exception of probably Darius Slay, Ronnie McLeod, I'm talking about the secondary. Darius Slay, Ronnie McLeod, and some linebackers too. Well, not some linebackers, just Darius Slay and Ronnie McLeod. Bro. Y'all need to get that. Y'all need to get the tackling together. All practice tomorrow or whenever y'all go back, it should be all tackling. This was horrible. I've seen people missing tackles. I've seen Jalen Mills missing tackles. Nathan Gary missing tackles. Yo, it was so bad. I'm like, yo, put me in, coach. I guarantee I'm going to make a tackle. Like, I don't understand it. You train for this. This is what you do. And for you to miss so many tackles. And it was like, if you play one-on-one, which we probably shouldn't have. He probably should have switched to the zone. I don't know how you feel about that, Gates, but he probably should have switched to the zone when you see dudes just wasn't making tackles, man.
So, couple things here. Super chat. Sorry, guys. I know we just missed one from Jalen. My bad, Jalen. I don't have the mic. It's at 4:54 p.m. That's a true statement, Jalen. And my thing is how much do the early injuries and the bodies being out affect the identity? Because I think that's a part of it. I think we do lack an identity. I think it's a very true observation. We lack an identity right now. Like we're just basically trying to survive games because of a lack of personnel due to injuries and stupid decisions. Am I the only one that noticed that as soon as Matt Pryor came in the game, we got a push on the offensive line? To me, it was ridiculous. And it's not like the offensive line played bad at any point. I honestly thought Herbig had a much better game.
Correct.
But we know why. We know why. Because Lane Johnson came back into the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, you definitely right about Matt Pryor. Pregame, I told you, y'all two up there, and I also told Jalen. You know what I mean? So I get it. I definitely get it. But my thing is, I ain't gonna lie. I don't think Doug called a bad game. He made some bad decisions. We can take out 2 or 3 plays, but Doug was kind of on point, man. Doug was kind of on point. Carson has to play better. And I'm not, and y'all already know, anybody that watch me, anybody that look at any of my videos, even if you don't subscribe, you know how big of a fan I am of this guy. He doesn't look like the guy that I've been bigging up these last 2 games. I'm just going to keep it real. And I'm not giving up on him. I'm not saying that, he can't put things together, but man, got to get better. And shout out to Doug Peterson. I finally seen, and once again, I know it's just the camera, so we don't know what be happening after plays really all the time. But I finally seen Doug talking to Carson after a bad play. I haven't really seen that. He been talking. I don't even know who he was talking to over there. The last game and some of this game. You know what I mean? Like some dude with a mask. I don't know who the heck he is. So it's like, Doug, I need you to talk to your quarterback, because when your quarterback out there tripping, you're the one that's supposed to settle him down.
Yeah,
you're the one that's supposed to be like, yo, your reads is wrong. You know what I mean? I don't know what you saw in that, because if Doug would have did that, his first pick, the second pick, I thought that wasn't a pick. Huh?
It was in garbage time. Horrible decision.
No, the second pick wasn't a pick to me. I don't know. I don't know what the ref seen. I don't know what the ref seen, but I thought it hit the ground.
The rule is the ball can touch the ground as long as you have your hands under it and have possession. So his hands were under it.
Yeah, but once he came over and the ball came over and his helmet hit the ball, you don't got possession to me. The only reason that you keep possession is because your helmet hit the ball. That's the only reason why I ain't saying that. But we're not gonna get into that, because that was garbage time and we lost the game any damn way. But what I'm saying is, your first pick, Doug, I need you to go over to Carson Wentz. Tell him you're tripping on that. I need you to do better. This is what we're seeing. And you pull out the little Microsoft thing and y'all sit there and y'all bust it up. Y'all talk. I did not see that.
It's frustrating. So I want to give him this time. I think Boohoo, I think you hit me up and you asked me I think it was you who was asking me about what I thought about Doug. Listen, I'm not going to say it's time to fire Doug yet. I think that's an overreaction, but I think he's in trouble. I honestly think he's in trouble. Like, being able to retain your coaches, and we can try to shake this any way you want to. Lurie stepped in and told Doug he was firing those two guys. I mean, come on, man.
Correct.
That's so obvious at this point. I mean, you're starting off 0-2. I'm not going to say, like, throw the talent on the season. Like, the division's trash. This is early. We knew we were going to have injuries because of this weird offseason. Like, I'm not overly concerned, but what I am concerned about is the fact that we sped the offense up, right? Got the ball to Carson Wentz's hands more. I felt like when we took some deep shots, we did roll the pocket for those deep shots. The problem is that I saw Wentz throw into the flats. I saw Wentz throw shorter. I saw all that coming out of there. It's still, you know what I'm saying? It's still not enough. And that's an issue. Like, we might get back into a groove by beating inferior teams. But in my opinion, the Rams are not inferior. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so even if you survive this and you pull your ASS out of this, what good does that do you? Like,
correct.
What good is that going to do you? Because eventually you're going to have to run into those better teams, and you got to find a way to win these games.
Correct. So
it's
what Gay City's really pretty much saying is, look, if we come out and beat the Bengals, we can't be banging our chest. I don't care if we beat them 31-10. I don't care if we demolish them or win by 3. A win against the Bengals, just like the Browns did, is not nothing to hoot your horn on. Listen, we have to beat the better teams. We're coming up soon to be playing these Ravens and Steelers and Saints and Packers and Seahawks. Like, we have to do what we got to do. Washington was a game we should have won. And you could say flip-flop. The Rams didn't make the playoffs last year, but we saw after beating the Cowboys, they had a little bit of they had something, I like the new defensive scheme they run with. But anyways, let's get to the super chat. Shout out to Joseph Vego for the $5 super chat. He said, Philly fresh. One team comes out on every conference. All we have to do is be better than everyone else. And I'm right. Cowboys defense is trash. We'll be okay.
Yeah, but that's cool, Joe. That's cool. But how was looking right now? Yeah, our defense ain't looking good. We can talk about Dallas all we want. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, they won the day and we didn't. That's what this live is about. That's what we're talking about. I get what you're saying. I'm still not giving up and saying that we can win a division. We only one game out. I'm not saying that we can't win the division. I'm saying what needs to be fixed. Exactly. I'm saying what I see on the field. I'm talking about the eye test. You can put all these numbers up. You can talk all this bullcrap you want. I'm talking about when I turn on my TV, when I turn on my iPad, when I turn on my laptop. This is what I'm talking exactly. This is what I'm talking about right now. What I seen today was a defense that got barbecue chicken. They almost put a 40 banger on us. Only reason they didn't kick a field goal because they didn't have to.
Yeah, they
put up 37 points. And you can say, oh, the Miles Sanders John that gave him short field. All right, well, what about the rest of the time?
What about the
they
other?
Drove down the field. They drove down the second touchdown. They drove down the field in 5 plays, 75 yards. Let's talk about that. Correct. Let's talk about Jim Schwartz still not switching up the scheme. Jim Schwartz still playing loose coverage. Jim Schwartz still playing stick defense. Now, it did work at one time. I think it was like a 3rd and 9 or something, and they stopped. I want to say it was Robert Woods right there. But still, when your team is not tackling good, you come out with that bull crap. Jim, we need to talk. I talked to Doug last week. It's time to talk to Jim, y'all. It's time to talk. Time to pull up on Jim and talk to him. I got some man. These videos this week coming up. I'm talking to Jim. Believe that.
Facts. Shout out to Destro XXXVI for the 299 super chat. He said Doug and Carson ain't on the same page, period. And that is something that we've seen. They were totally on different books last week, especially in the second half. And then in this game, they kind of got on the same page, but they kept the one page behind, just one page behind. But look, can't sugarcoat it. Shout out to Simone Stanley in here, low key trying to say 3-13 hurts. Look, like I said, if we go to Hurts, it's no coming back on Carson. Carson played bad, but it's not the end of the world. He ain't played bad 6 straight games. He played bad 2 games with no preseason, with a new new skill players. D-Jax looked great week 1 with Carson, but it was week 1. What happened to the other 15? Alshon, a guy he's been relying on for 2.5 years, ain't there. Look, no excuses. Carson Wentz, STINK, as Philly 500 says, stinks. You know what I mean? But it's not enough to merit get him out of here. I mean, it's not enough. It's not enough to get him out of here. Listen, if Carson Wentz loses this game 23 to whatever, it's different. Wow, the defense played hard. The defense let almost a 40 burger. The defense played bad.
Exactly.
In the first half, Jared Goff could not do nothing wrong. That all comes into play. Yes, Carson Wentz. Again, on third down, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, a crucial drop. Like, there were drops. There were bad play by the quarterback. There were bad play all around, but it's not enough to merit a get rid of your starting quarterback who's worth $100 million. Because now, first of all, once we bench him, we have to say why we benched him. And how can you trade a guy for a first round pick, a second round pick with a super big contract if you're like, well, we just benched him, but we want to give him to you for a first round pick. Oh, and by the way, you got to take on $100 million contract. You can't do that. So even if trading Carson Wentz was in the mindset, what that means this season's over. We're going to try to make him look good to try to get the trade off, because you can't trade somebody who you just bench for a rookie.
Yeah. I mean, the issue I have, Mike, is that at some point you have to hit the reset button. You do. You have to hit the reset button on Wentz, because what's happening is we're falling behind, and it immediately causes the offense to have to press. You have to hit the reset button on Wentz to tell him right now you cannot depend upon the defense, which means fair or unfair, you don't play an elite level game every single week in and out. You're catching an L right now. It's just the truth. Like, you're going to catch an L if you do not play at elite level every single week right now. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. You go to Jalen Hurts, you're probably not going to win, but maybe 3 games. I'm just going to be real with you.
And real quick,
it's going to be bad, guys. He's not ready for the NFL.
Like I said before, man. Like I said before, it's that new shiny toy. Everybody wants to just take off the wrapper. Batteries not included. It's so much that you got to develop Jalen Hurts. Now, do y'all really think, and I want everybody to comment in the chat, do y'all really think Jalen Hurts is better than Carson Wentz? Because if you do, you're tripping. You're tripping like them girls in a scary movie right now. Like, stop it, man. Like, literally stop it. Like, Carson Wentz had some bad game, had a bad game, 2 bad games, and he made some bad throws. But I seen Carson. Before the season, was y'all saying all this? Like, Simone, I bang with you. I like your channel. We talked before. I like you. But you're wrong. You're wrong. Jalen Hurts is not ready to step on this NFL football platform to be successful. Like, you can step on it all you want.
And people are saying this to tank for
he's
Trevor
not better than Joe Burrows. He's not better than Baker Mayfield.
We don't know anything about Trevor Lawrence either,
on
man.
And on, like, stop it.
But
stop.
Here's the thing about Trevor Lawrence, guys.
You're going to have
y'all asking to tank for Trevor? Y'all asking to tank for Trevor? Just know you're getting another Carson Wentz. That's what Trevor is. He's going to play risky ball. He's getting away with it because he has elite level talent at Clemson, who's playing teams that are a lot better than in the ACC. Like, be careful what you wish for there too, because I'm telling you, he's a bit of a risk taker too. I'm not saying he won't be good, but I don't think you're going to feel any better about the situation.
Yeah, real quick. Shout out to Joseph Vega for the $5 super chat. He said, Philly Mike, people are drunk. Hurts is not the answer. Wentz needs to stop overthinking and slow it down. It looks like he rushes his throws and goes pressure. Look, I agree. Look, Carson Wentz stunk. Week 1, week 2. Week 1, there were more elements to why Carson Wentz possibly stunk with coaching and offensive line play. Week 2, there was not elements. He straight stunk. Correct. Listen, how many times do I got to tell you guys he was bad? He was really bad. And when I say really bad, because I'm holding him at a high standards. Like, he wasn't the worst quarterback in the world. He threw a pick on first down that broke my heart to J.J. Arcega-Whiteside of all people. He can't catch it on single coverage. Why throw it to him in double coverage? Had to throw that out there real quick. Anyways, Carson Wentz was very bad. Very bad. You guys are saying bench a guy who's worth $100 million. So like Philly Fresh said, once you bench him, you're going to have Jalen Hurts in. And guess what? Shout out to Jalen Hurts. Great athlete. You know, he did things in college. I understand that. He's a good player. But remember Carson Wentz his rookie year. You're talking Jalen Hurts, the same thing. And Philly fans are not forgiven. So he comes out and stinks it up. It's the same thing. Get rid of Jalen Hurts too. In Philly, if you don't win, we don't like you. It is what it is. But let's just talk realistically. Carson Wentz is worth $100 million. So we got to have a trade package to somebody take on $100 million quarterback. They have to need a quarterback, and they have to have the salary cap to do that. That's one. And what team is going to take a quarterback that is benched for a rookie? So look, regardless how you feel about Wentz is not getting benched, because even if we do not like him, we have to make him look good to get someone to take the contract. Now this is talking way ahead. Because I don't believe that's going to happen. However, for you guys to say, just sit down your $100 million quarterback on the bench, let rookie quarterback Jalen Hurts come in and play. Regardless if we win or lose on that, what are we doing with Carson Wentz? He gonna sit on the bench for the next 5 years at $100 million? Can't. No. Impossible. So if you want to move on from Carson, you got to do that while he's a starting quarterback, and then once he's off the team, transition Jalen Hurts. So we are a long way away from that. Because if you put Carson Wentz on the bench, you can't get no more than a second round pick for him at the most. Because you're talking about money, and you're talking about y'all don't want to use him. Why we're not. Again, when you talk about a guy, we're offering to trade him, well, then his trade value just went down because why are you offering to trade him? So there's many things that go into it. And look, the Eagles stink. They stink right now. But it's different. If Carson Wentz lost a game where the Rams scored 20 points, I'm like, Carson, first of all, you played bad, but you can't score more than 20 points. They scored 37 on us. He could have dropped 33. We still would have lost. Got to play better all around.
If you guys want the short answer to Carson Wentz, the short answer to Carson Wentz is 2022. If he isn't where they feel comfortable, come 2022, he likely isn't on the team, because that's when the money makes sense to let Wentz go. You let him go now, it's $77 million. You let him go next year, it's $59 million. Like, it's not going to happen, guys. It's not going to happen.
And for the people who are just jumping in here, we're not making excuses for Carson Wentz. He was garbage. Basuda. I mean, if somebody knows how to say it in Chinese, let me know. I'll say it. I don't know how to say anything else, but he was bad. But we're talking about a guy who's worth $100 million, as Gate City said, $77 million, $59 million. We're already in trouble. We can't do that. So no matter what, Carson Wentz is our quarterback. Win, lose, draw. And Jalen Hurts, being a rookie, he's here for 4 years. So after this year, if Carson Wentz ain't the guy, well, then you start to be able to move things. First of all, to let him go costs an extraordinary amount of money. And to trade him, you have to make him look good, because who's going to trade for a guy who's sitting a bench for $100 million? So there's all these aspects in it. But look, we're 0-2.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question to the chat? I just want to direct the chat on this one, man. I get it. Everybody's in an uproar. You're probably tweeting and typing through emotions. What makes you think that Jalen Hurts is going to come into the game and win a football game for the Philadelphia Eagles? What have you seen, or what do you know, or you think that you know that's going to make you? Yeah, Jalen Hurts is that person. I haven't seen nothing. I haven't seen nothing in practice. You want to talk about college? This is a different world. This is the best of the best. This is not the best of the nations. This is not the best of in your city, in your state. This is the best of the best. Even when it's a bad team, it's still the best of the best. So what makes you think that Jalen Hurts, who is a one-read quarterback and run, can bring us to a W? You know what I mean? Over Carson Wentz. Like, I get it. He had two bad games. Well, I'm gonna say he had a bad game and a bad half. That's what I'm gonna say. But what I can say is he's better than anything that Jalen Hurts is going to throw out there. Like, so I just need y'all to stop it, man. Please. Like, stop it. Know your football, man.
And even if you don't want to go off that road, even if you say Carson Wentz was the worst quarterback ever, Jalen Hurts would at least did better. Well, let's just say this. The defense allowed 37. Is Jalen Hurts scoring 40? Like the defense allowed 37 points. Is an offense with Jalen Hurts scoring 40? No. Again, the defense got to be better. The coaching still can be improved. It was not as bad as the Washington football game. Carson Wentz stunk. I'll keep saying it. But you can't talk about, listen, quarterbacks don't grow on trees. Look at the Cowboys, for instance. Before Dak Prescott came and before Tony Romo, they were in a long waiting period of a quarterback. There's a lot of teams that are in a long waiting period. Carson Wentz showed flashes. Is he the same at 2017? No. Is Carson Wentz an MVP candidate right now? Heck no. Carson Wentz, first of all, got to just get back to playing game managing football. But first of all, one of the reasons in his mindset he can't play game managing football is because when you look at starting the second quarter, you're down 21-3. So what does Carson feel like he got to do? He feels like he has to put the Superman cape on and do more than he does. He shouldn't have to. He needs to know that you have to play by play. You can't just force things. But it's no learning. He's in his 5th year. He is who he is. But the team around him got to be better as well as Carson Wentz got to be better. He was bad. But you're talking about a guy who's never played in the NFL, and you're acting like it's Nick Foles. I mean, Nick Foles has at least a platform that says, I played a couple games pretty good. Jalen Hurts hasn't. And even if Nick Foles was here, it's not the time or place. It's a time to galvanize the team and say, bro, y'all suck. Y'all 0-2. What are y'all going to do about it? And how we respond, not just against the Bengals, because the Bengals are not that good. But if we lose to the Bengals, well, that's a big, big sign. We lose to the Bengals, well, then you're really talking about catastrophic. You're talking about big, big things need to be changed in the organization and maybe at quarterback. K-City went to the car. He's mad. He's going to Carson Wentz's house. He's going.
Yeah, bro. We're going to talk about this shit when I get there, too.
Hey, pull up on him. Pull up, because I'm pulling up on a couple people this whole week. But listen, man. Hey, Mike, you're absolutely right. It's frustrating. It's frustrating, and I'm gonna take a light on y'all in the chat, man. But I don't agree with y'all. I feel as though y'all tripping. Y'all done bumped y'all head. I don't know what happened, but you got to understand, we frustrated right now. So it's going to be a lot of emotions. We felt as though we should be 2-0, and we're 0-2. That's just facts. Carson Wentz has not been the same since 2017. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's coaching. I don't know if it's him. I don't know if he had concussions and they have not reported it. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what he's seeing sometimes. But then we see plays. You be like, yeah, that's my quarterback. I seen some throws today. I was like, wow, that's what I'm talking about. I seen him finally get put on a run and drops him down. So my thing is, we got to take the good with the bad. This is our quarterback. We live and die with him. It's nothing that anybody in this chat can say. It's nothing that I can say, Gates can say, Mike can say. That's going to change that. This is our quarterback. If you're not riding with him, you're not riding with the Eagles. Because that's just facts. Because this is who we stuck with.
Yeah,
and I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that as a bad thing. Real fast, man. I get out of here. I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I see some upside from this year. You know what I mean? I see that when put in opportunities, he can make plays. Now he makes dumb decisions. But when you talk about talent, I still see the talent. I don't know what y'all talking about. It seemed like every time we talk about something and he corrects that, oh well, let's talk about something else. You know what I mean? You want to talk about him not throwing a ball away. Well, he should have got rid of the ball. He did that. Now we want to talk about other things. You know what I mean? So it's like, I get it. Carson Wentz had a bad game. But
and
that's not
Joseph Vega.
That doesn't cause him to be benched. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. I agree, Joseph Vega, that 2 bad games don't make Wentz a bad quarterback, but 2 bad consecutive games of decision making.
That's the problem.
Make me question how prepared he is for the season.
That's the problem.
Yeah, like that JJ interception was like being punched in the stomach.
Unexcusable. My high school quarterback wouldn't ever threw that. A high school quarterback wouldn't have thrown that ball on first down with the momentum, the fake crowd, the real crowd cheering you on. You have a chance to take the lead. No.
Yeah, I don't. That throw right there was so heartbreaking and so frustrating because I'm sitting there watching the game. I'm like, I'm texting people because people was grinding us up. I think we was like 21-0 or 21-3 or something crazy like that. So, people they was grinding me up. You know what I mean? I got a whole bunch of ops on my phone. They always text me. And I'm sitting there, I'm just waiting. I got the text in my phone like a drag, ready to hit send. Because I seen us driving. I seen Carson Wentz in the zone. Then when he did that, I had to hit delete. I can't send it. You know what I mean? That was heartbreaking, man. That was heartbreaking.
It hurts, man. It hurts because the story could have been different today.
Correct.
He was leading a comeback. Man, if you just play within the system right there, okay? And I know we can grind Doug up for not rolling Wentz, and I think it's a big part of it. He did it here and there on deep shots. I thought he was better with it, but you got to, Wentz is just better outside the pocket. I don't know how clear that can be. But that throw right there, it's like, dude, you could have changed the storyline. If you just played within the system, drove the field, and take the lead there, the defense is refreshed, the energy is through the roof.
And the momentum is on your side. Yeah. Gate, you're 100% right. Look, that one throw, listen, a football game comes down to 3 or 4 plays. 3 to 5 plays a football game comes down to. Normally, whatever team wins a turnover battle is going to win the game because turnovers in basketball, well, there's 100 snaps, 100 possessions. In football, you don't get 100 possessions. A turnover in football is crucial. Whoever wins that battle normally wins. Look, it was an inexcusable throw. Carson Wentz should feel disgusted by saying, why do I think I could have that Brett Favre arm and fit that in there? And you got to also understand who you're throwing it to. He's not throwing it to Greg Jennings or Donald Driver or Randy Moss. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside in double coverage. What? On first down. On first down. Disgusting. So look, Carson Wentz, and shout out to Philly Fanatic, who's an Eagles content creator himself. Go check him out. He said, no more excuses for Carson Wentz. He's in year 5. He's bad. I understand that. Carson Wentz is in year 5. True statement. Carson Wentz is playing bad. True statement.
I think you have to refine. I think you have to refine that, like you're doing, Mike. Which is, I think Carson Wentz is making really. He's at this point in his career, we can say when you press Carson Wentz, when the games are being pressed on him, he's bad with the decision making.
He is, and so from here on out, he has to show.
Hold on.
Wait, real quick. Let me take the super chats and I'm gonna let you get it, and I'm gonna let you do that.
Right,
Shout out to Salty with just a 49 super chat on some. He's speechless. He's speechless, and we all should be as Eagle fans. To be honest, we shouldn't even be talking. We should just do a moment.
Yeah, and Fresh. Let me define what I mean by pressed. By that, I don't mean like press coverage. I mean like when he's being pressed to have to come back because the defense and turnovers.
Hey Gates, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
And I'm gonna let you fire at him all day. JJ beat this guy. Wentz needed to put the ball at the back of the end zone. The corner that picked it off was the man JJ beat. Wentz underthrew it. I just think it was I think it was a bang play. I think it was never really open. I think because there was coverage underneath JJ and over top JJ. I think he beat one guy, but there was a guy glooming in again. It's first down. We're talking about first down. We're not talking about third down like, if it happens, it happens, all that good stuff. Let me get this last one, then we got you. Joseph Vega with the $5 super chat. Gate, the issue with Wentz is he got hit so many times first game. His feet aren't settled. He's rushing, feeling pressure. That's not there that he's not focused. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, it's hard to get focused when you're sacked 8 times, but
go ahead, Fresh.
This is a different game. I think Carson Wentz was focused. He just wanted to try to do too much, and that's really what I wanted to get at. The comment, and then to rebuttal what you were saying, Gates. I don't feel as though when a pressure comes on, he folds. I just feel like he tries to do too much. That's two different things. Not being up to the task, because when you say when the pressure's on and he folds, that means he's not up to the task. It's just that he tries to do too much. You didn't need to throw a touchdown on that play.
Correct.
You didn't. You could have checked it down. You could have did this and you could have did that. But it's crazy that I felt as though he kind of learned that as the game progressed. He should have been know that. I know 5 years, 5th year in the league, yada, yada, yada. But he did throw away a couple balls, a couple footballs. And if you want him to do that, then you got to give him credit for that. Throwing away them 2 footballs, well, probably the first one they said Dallas Goedert was open. All right, cool. But the second one, the third down that he threw away, if he would have took that sack, we would have grinded him up. But he went through his progressions. Nobody was open, and he threw the football away. That's what you want from your quarterback. Now, you also want your quarterback not to do that in the first half, in the third quarter when we're about to take the lead. I get that, but my thing is, I think that it's some progression with this kid, and it probably shouldn't be. Probably him being in and out and being injured and always having to rehab and not really having to worrying about the playbook as much as him trying to get on the field. His progression has took a down, has took a back seat because of him always trying to make sure, all right, I'm injured. I got to get back. So it's really, you could probably, you can do 2 things, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like, he needs to be better.
Here's my thing, though, Fresh. Let me ask you a question.
Hold on.
Let me ask you a question, Fresh.
Let Fresh take this super chat.
Okay.
Fresh, did you see when Aaron Donald did the Cowboys last week? When saw that scared him from the first snap? He didn't want no smoke. No, I disagree. I disagree. I didn't see happy feet. From when a quarterback is like that, he got happy feet. He does this and he does that. I just think that some of his mechanics is still off. I don't know why. I don't know who is really coaching and putting together, make sure that his technique is right. So I don't know really what's going on with
Press
that.
Taylor, man. It's Press Taylor. Like I said last year, I know he could be a good X's and O guy, and maybe that's true, but he is not a position coach.
He's not now. He's not. He's the passing game coordinator.
He's still technically the quarterback
But no,
coach,
but
man.
he still
I think,
no, but he got a slash. He got a slash. He's still the quarterback coach.
All right.
yeah.
So I want to ask y'all this real fast.
Wait.
And then
Go ahead.
Who do we miss more? John DeFilippo or Frank Wright? Because it's starting to seem like Carson Wentz had a rapport with Frank Wright. Like when I talk about coaches that he would go to the sideline and talk to in 2017, Frank Wright was that guy. Frank Wright was the guy that he always talked
Fresh,
to.
I'm starting to think we're missing Grow at this point, bro.
Bro, we're hey, listen, look, hold on. Let me attack this though.
It's just getting worse and worse, right?
DeAndre Solomon, he said, as a receiver, you always need to attack the ball because stuff like that interception will always happen. Never let the ball come to you unless it's a fly route, but always attack the ball. Listen, I agree. Look, there's times where receivers do not attack the ball at the right point, and it causes an interception, possibly. At least be the best defender you can. Get a pass interference at that point. Hit them. Because at the end of the day, we're going to have the ball and go back 10 yards. It's still not an interception. Anyways, the pass to J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, who hasn't proven he can beat single coverage, was thrown by my guy, number 11, who stunk this game. And again, I wanted to reiterate that he's my guy. Like, I love him to death. He threw a pass on first down that was inexcusable. You had second, you had third, you had a field goal attempt. Or, as Doug Peterson would do, a fourth down, go for it. Anyways, it's on first down.
I don't know. There's a big statement.
J.J. Arcega-Whiteside is legitly. Did everything just freeze to death?
I think so for a second.
Well, what happened? What's wrong?
Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good.
All right. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside was doubled coverage. There was double coverage. There was over-the-top coverage that he kind of beat, and underneath coverage that wasn't beat. They were sailing right there. Now, the cornerback had to dive for the interception, but on first down, when you're trying to win the game, you do not need to take that chance. It's as simple as that, man. It was a horrible decision.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I'm saying about Carson is that it's the decision making that bothers me. It's not he tries to play hero ball when he's being pressed, and it bothers me the way he goes after things. Like that throw to JJ was unnecessary. I can't put that on JJ. There's just no way like that. I'm sorry, but the ball placement was bad. The decision making was bad on that one. And I love Wentz. I'm a huge Wentz supporter, but that's a bad ball placement. That's a bad decision on the throw. I just look, the overthrows, the inaccuracy stuff, you can survive that stuff, man. That crap happens. That's not as big a deal to me. You settle a guy down, you work on his mechanics. That stuff's easy to fix, man. It's a decision making that you know what I'm saying? Like that's a guy who, if you can't get into the psyche and fix the psyche, but the decision making, you got a big problem on your hand, man.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Is Mike still controlling what the heck? Is he still controlling the thing? Man. Oh, hey man, shout out to him. Hey, so I'll read it since he ain't here. Hakeem Hilton, thanks to the Super Yoda, that's what I call him. My Eagles trading block. Quarterback Nate Sutfeld, wide receiver J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, Zach Ertz, Nate Herbrick, Jordan Mailata, Nate Gary, and any Eagles named Nate or Stanford. Hey man, listen. Hakeem, it's a whole lot of things we gotta worry about right now before we worried about training anybody. It's a whole lot of people that need to be. I think Nate Herbrick actually did a better job, but having a better tackle next to him, even though Justo held his own. But I think that he kind of came into his own. And, I was calling for him to be benched, but he held his own. is one thing that I can say. We ran the ball. We asked Doug to run the ball. What did he do consistently? First drive, run the ball. Miles Sanders, screen pass. Like, I seen Doug call a better game. So I ain't really got no dispersions on Doug right now other than that fourth down call. I felt as though it was something better that you could have did.
Hey, real quick, can y'all hear me?
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Exactly. My camera's not working. Yo, take this super chat from me. I'm gonna fix my camera. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I already did that. But way ahead of you, big guy. But yeah, so I can't really get on Doug, but I think we given our energy, a lot of energy to Carson Wentz, which is right. But let's not forget about this defense, man.
Yeah.
This defense was bad, yo, like bad. Like I didn't see Slade making any mistakes, really. I mean, they really wasn't throwing to him like that, but when they was, I seen him holding his own. It is time for Maddox to move to the nickel or to play safety. He is not a outside corner. Been saying this for a long time. And shout out to Philly Talk Podcast. Shout out to Mike. Mike talked about in the second round, you could have got Fulton from LSU. And it's looking like we need him right now. You know what I mean? Maddox is not an outside corner. Been telling y'all this for a minute. Fletcher Cox, you got some pressure, but it wasn't enough. Brandon Graham wasn't enough. Malik Jackson wasn't enough. Josh Sweat wasn't enough. Man, listen, the list goes on and on. But my biggest target on that defense right now is Mr. Nathan Gary himself. He was horrible. He was so bad, man. When this all 22 come out or whatever, or you watch the game again, you're going to see how bad this dude was. He looked lost. They was targeting him. He was missing coverages. He was missing tackles. It was so freaking bad. I really wanted to I was watching on the laptop because I was doing a lot of things. I wanted to throw my damn laptop. Mm-hmm. Like, this dude was bad. As much as we want to get on Carson Wentz, how bad he was, Nate Gary was worse. It's time to bring in Taylor or bring in Bradley, one of them dudes, because this dude ain't it. Seriously.
Yeah, dude. It's gonna be tough, bro. I mean, listen, guys, I think some of you guys are making a point that I don't know if these guys cover because, you know, I went lagging for a long time here. But I think some of you are making a point, which is Alshon Jeffrey might be a big addition if he can play after next week. Because I got to be honest with you, I do think we're missing a boundary side X receiver right now. We are. And I don't think JJ's going to be it, man. I keep waiting for the lights to go on for JJ. I pointed out all the mistakes he made. I broke down a film where guys were coming after me saying, why are you breaking it down on him like that? You shouldn't do that. Well, because you got to be open and honest, guys. Like, he wasn't good in his route running last year. And what has he shown 2 games this year to make you feel any different? I mean, I don't know that JJ's the guy. I think Rager is out of position as an X, but I think he's serviceable if you need him to. But, you know, I got to be real with you, man. If we can't develop Hightower, we got a big decision this offseason, man. Because
we can't.
If Alshon comes out and balls out and Wentz starts looking like a completely different quarterback when Alshon gets back, what do you do?
You find a guy that can replace Alshon that has the same skill sets.
It's not as easy as that.
Real fast. Be more Philly, Charles, my guy. I've ripped Carson Wentz for the last 45 minutes. I don't know if you just got in here, but you can ask anybody in this chat. You can ask these 2 guys up here. I gave him the business. I'm not defending Carson Wentz. He had a bad game. He was horrible. But Nate Gary was worse. That's facts. Your guy, I know that's your guy. You want to defend him, but he was bad. He was bad, man. Like oh my, man. Listen, how can you defend Nate Gary? That's what I want to know. Come on, man. Come on,
Yeah,
you my
I
guy. Don't do
I
that.
just want everybody in here because, look, first of all, shout out to everybody in here. We got 338 people in here, and it might not seem like it where you're watching because we're live on 3 different channels. We're live on the Philly Talk podcast, Gate City Sports Channel, and our guy Philly Fresh, who just said he was giving Wentz the business. And look, the three of us, including Philly 500 and including our guy Lord Brunson LB, are huge Carson Wentz fans. But we will say that, first of all, if you're going off this season, he's not even top 20 so far. He hasn't been a top 20 quarterback this season. I can say that. He probably 21, but he hasn't been a top 20 quarterback, and we will give the criticism when it's due. This is my only backfire. You cannot, for the people who just get in here talking about Carson Wentz, you cannot move off him this quickly. A guy who costs $100 million. It shows the whole league that we don't trust him. So there goes the trade value from up to here down to here. And what also happens is now you're going off Jalen Hurts, where you can't go back to Carson Wentz, and maybe Jalen Hurts is better, maybe he's worse. I don't know. What I do know is, from what I can see of him in college, I don't think he's going to be much better in this style of offense, especially if the defense is allowing 37 points. If the defense is allowing 37 points, there's not many quarterbacks that can come over that, except for if you're Dak Prescott and the punk-ass Cowboys who came back and won the game 39-40. Anyways, look, shout out to the Rams for winning. We played bad again at quarterback, but we can't get off Carson Wentz this early. We're talking about week 2. Was he good? Nope. Was he okay? Not even close. He was bad. He was a huge reason we lost this game and last game. Now, there were other elements last game, and there's other elements this game. The defense played pretty good last game. The offensive line, the quarterback, and the coach. Now, this game, it was the quarterback and the defense. Simple and plain. So we got to be better.
My fear is this, man. Game 1, Carson Wentz's mechanics were way off. You know what? You can chalk that up to, look, he didn't have a lot of reps, whatever you want to chalk it up to. That's fine. I can fix mechanics. What I can't fix is really bad decision making, because you don't have time once the season starts to do too much. I mean, the simple answer would be like run a bunch of situational crap, you know what I'm saying, during the week, but you got a game plan. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just can't. It has to be done in the quarterback room. So if you're looking at a quarterback room, do you really trust Press Taylor to do it? I just, man, I think we're in a really dangerous situation right now, man, because his decision-making has to be better. I know he can do better than what he's playing. We've seen it before. But the thing is once you start going down this path, trying to turn the car, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you're sliding out of control and you're trying to regain back control over the car. Like, I'm concerned if he can steer this thing back, man.
Yeah. Hey, go ahead, Philly Fresh. Take that super chat. But before you do, listen, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to wherever you're watching the Philly Fresh, Gay City Sports Channel, or the Philly Talk podcast, and make sure you smash that like button. There's nothing to like about the Eagles' performance, but it helps the stream. It takes a quick second, and it's free. But go ahead, Philly Fresh.
I mean, I disagree. It's a couple things that I like that I've seen, but I get it. We're on a rant right now, so I ain't really time for that. Shout out to you, Driscoll, aka Ski. That's my folks right there. You said Fresh. Why hasn't the team focused on upgrading the linebacker position? I feel as though they did, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel as though we got two studs on the sideline. I don't know if they dressed today. I don't know. I feel as though Taylor and Bradley should be in this game at some points and not just playing special teams. Kayvon Wallace needs to play in this game. That's your 4th-round draft pick. Taylor, your 3rd-round draft pick. So let me get this straight, right? We got our 1st-round draft pick playing, but nobody plays until what? I'm talking about draft picks. Nobody else plays, really. When you look at it, I mean, Driscoll played last week, but you drafted these guys. I need to see these guys on the field. especially when dudes are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Nate Gary looked at lost out there. So how bad can you get? You get a Taylor out there, you get a Bradley out there, and see what they can do. With their speed, they can probably keep up. Who knows if they can cover, but they can probably keep up. You know what I mean? They probably better against the run. We don't know. They probably can tackle better. I just want to see. Give them a chance. If here's what I need the coaches to do. If you are already being that bad at a position, why not switch it up? You know what I mean, Gates? Like, if you are already doing that bad, how worse can you get if you switch it?
I think Sean Bradley makes sense here and there, but the problem with Nate Gary is that what I don't get is it seems like I got to look at the all 22 guys, but it seemed like we played a lot of base. It looked like we were in base a lot this game.
Exactly. And way too much base for them to keep coming out.
My question is if you come out of base like you probably should be a nickel, like then what do you do? I mean, I think TJ Edwards looks athletic enough. Do you reduce Gary's snaps by bringing in TJ Edwards and mixing in Bradley here and there to give Edwards a break? Like, you know what I mean? Like, where do you go? I think the short answer is, Reese, is that we didn't value the linebacker position enough, and now we're reaping what we sowed.
Yeah, but look, I really, again, the linebackers could have played better this game, but they were killing us with the picking on our cornerbacks. And when I say cornerbacks, I mean cornerback without the S and Avonte Maddox. They were picking on him. He was getting picked on. That base defense we played where Nathan Gary, got lost in the sauce, kept his eyes in the backfield and got beat by Higbee. Yeah. Higbee is too good. You cannot put Nathan Gary on Higbee. He's too physically and fast, strong, good receiver. He's one of them receiving tight ends. You can't do that. I think Epps was playing big last week. I think we played a lot less Epps because, as Gate City said, without watching the all 22, I'm not 100% sure, but we were in base what it looked like a lot. Last week, Epps was on the field a lot. And a guy like Epps, maybe he stays with Higbee on that route. But look, this ain't a super chat, but our guy, Jason Wall, who's been with us since we had 70 subscribers and under, said Wentz is Bradford 2.0, a promising young quarterback who suffered a horrible couple of injuries and was never the same. Your take, Gate.
Sorry, let me see the question again. What was it? Oh, no, come on, Jason. No, that's not. Come on, bro. No, he's not Sam Bradford, man. To begin with, Sam Bradford, to his credit, Sam Bradford was a very accurate passer. That's not Wentz. Wentz is a completely different style quarterback. No. In my opinion, what you got going on right now is you got a guy who, because of circumstances and because of what's going on, has had this car started to lose control. And I think the corrections he's trying to make are too much. And now it looks like we're about to end up in the side embankment, basically. My opinion, guys, you have to fix Wentz. Wentz is the key to this. You can say, I know some of you guys are chiming in, how do you fix 37 points? The simple answer is you don't. You don't. You can survive a bad defense. You can't survive bad quarterback play, simply put. And I'm sorry, but I can do things like ball control to keep the defense fresh and try to, win games in tight contested things. If I can't trust my quarterback, I got a big problem. Like that's an issue. Like between Doug, what's going on with Press Taylor, between Marty Morningwig and Rich Grandrello and all these freaking chefs in the kitchen with Wentz, something has to change. Like Wentz has got to be better in situations, because Correct. If I can't trust Wentz to tie a game, drive the game to win a game, it doesn't matter. It's all for nothing.
Hey, perfectly said. Look,
yeah. I give you that. I'm not gonna say I haven't lost my trust in Wentz. I'm not sure that the coaching staff has, but it's getting there. It's getting there. If we see one or two more games this season coming up, and you're looking like that, yeah. And it's like, what do we really do? Jalen Hurts isn't ready. Nate Sudfeld is not ready, even though he's been in the league the same year as Carson. He ain't ready. So it's like, what do you do? And I don't want to hear the trade for Matt Stafford. I've seen a couple comments and that. No. It's like, I think I still got faith in Carson Wentz. I get it. I like I keep saying, I get it, y'all. We emotional right now. Carson Wentz was bad. The defense was bad, and we lost the game. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to sit here and say that Carson. I done seen more good than bad. So when you narrow it down, it's like what has your quarterback done lately? I get that. Like, what have you done for me lately? And lately he has done nothing. You know what I mean? But let's not just forget that he still was balling last year. Now, it's a shame that I got to go from last year, but we only got a two game sample of this year. You know what I mean? Like seriously, Mike, like we only got a 2-game sample of this year.
A 2-game horrible sample.
But last year, this comment section was different.
Correct.
At the end of the year. And after 2 games, we doing them like this. Now, I'm gonna give you this. If he stinks up against against the Bengals, oh my gosh, I'm on a train. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I don't care if we win or if we lose. I'm focusing on Carson Wentz. If you stink up against the Bengals, yeah. I'm on a train with y'all. I ain't gonna lie. But right now, I just feel as though it's something going on. I don't know what it is. And I'm not making this an excuse. I'm gonna tell you like this. Last week, I thought he had a concussion. I ain't gonna lie to you. To come out first half and to put up 17 points, and then you getting banged around and hit around and all this kind of stuff. And we already know Carson, except for the Seattle game last year. When he gets an injury, he really keeps it quiet and he plays through it. I thought he had a concussion. Like he was seeing, I don't know what he was seeing in the Washington football game, and I don't know what he was seeing in some of this game. So I get y'all, man. I get it, man. But I'm still riding with my quarterback, man. Look, if you riding, man, if you still riding with the quarterback, man, give me a thumbs up, man. I need some type of love, man. Give me a thumbs up if you riding with your quarterback right now, going into week 3. Give me a thumbs up, man.
Before I get into my topic, shout out to all 318 people in the chat on different channels. We're live on 3 different platforms: the Philly Talk Podcast, Gate City Sports Channel, and Philly Fresh channel. Listen, smash that like button. It's free. It's simple. It's something easier than, Wentz throwing an interception. But look, let me just say this. Look, there's no way I can entertain the bench Wentz this conversation, because you got to think of every single thing. We got new people in here. I'm gonna go by one more time. Look, if you bench Carson Wentz now, there's no going back. He's worth $100 million, $200 million man. He's a $77 million hit to our cap. You can't just let him go. You can't have $100 million on the bench. And if you put him on a bench, how could you even sit in a meeting room and say, I want to trade you Carson for this? And you're like, you benched him. He's trash, right? Exactly. Yeah. So I think if there was a mindset to get rid of Wentz, it would be play a couple of games.
Real fast, my bad, but bring up Be More Philly Joe. That's a good take that we ain't even think about. I like that.
Let me hit this super chat first.
All right.
$5 super chat. He said Wentz is finding his identity. He's asked to change play styles year after year, and it hurts him. He had a merry-go-round of type of receivers, type of talents. Yeah, you're right. It's been up and down, 100%. Let me get to Be More's Phillies thing. What time was it?
5:50, I think.
But I do want to finish my take then.
No, yeah. My bad. My bad. I read it, and I'm like, damn, I ain't never even think about that. But shout out to all y'all for the thumbs up, man. 5:51.
Nah, you said 5:51.
Yeah, man. I mean, players mess up, man.
I ain't mad at the game. Well, I mean, Carson Wentz ain't allowed to mess up, so stop it.
Yeah, I mean, you want to try to compare me to Carson? I'm cool with that.
I'm kidding. Listen,
Can
I
you get
can't.
half the money?
Hey man, hey man, you don't say it.
No, I don't. I'm lost in the sauce.
All right.
Go
While
ahead.
Mike's searching for that, Jalen, let me chime in a little bit while Mike's searching for
Be more
Charles's
free or
comment.
be more careful.
Oh, be more careful.
So,
Damn, my bad.
yeah, there we go.
Damn, my
You got
bad.
it.
My bad. My bad.
He said, "Do you think do you think Carson needs McCown on the sideline to help him out?" I mean, listen, any type of veteran coach is going to help you. Doug Peterson being the coach behind Brett Favre should help him out. Look, Carson is responsible for these 2 losses. I mean, we could talk about the offensive line play. You're a superstar, overcome it. You could talk about the coaching, change it up at the line of
Is he
scrimmage,
though?
overcome it. Well,
Can I make a comment here though, Mike, on that from just a quarterback and coach's perspective? If you need him on the sideline to improve Carson, there's different interest here. If you're the Eagles and that would work, sure. However, if I got to bring in a veteran to help mentor you still, I think you have to move on, man.
Yeah,
like,
there's a
you
problem.
can't keep, you know what I'm saying? You can't keep going back to that. Like, you got at some point, man, you are the veteran. You've seen multiple coverages. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
Listen, yeah.
Produce.
Listen.
I believe in the talent. I believe in the arm talent. I believe what this kid can do. I just think, like Reese said earlier, he gets himself in these situations to where it's like Carson versus the world. And in those moments, sometimes the worst of Carson comes out.
Shout out to Billy Williams with a $5 super chat. He said, This is the first time Wentz has not thrown a touchdown pass in his NFL career. Something is seriously wrong here. I don't think it's his first time.
No, it ain't the first time.
But it broke a streak. It broke a streak, though.
Let's say this. Carson Wentz had the highest active streak of consecutively throwing at least 1 pass and touchdowns. It was
but is everybody counting the Seattle game, or because he did play there?
Yeah, well, that probably would have broke it actually. So I lied.
Yeah, I think the Seattle game.
19. It stopped at 19, not 20 then. But let's just be real. Look, Carson Wentz is in his 5th year. We know what we expect from him. We expect nothing less than 2017 because once you show it, you gotta continue it. Now, we gave excuses because of the injuries. And yes, think about it. This man willed the team to the playoffs with practice squad players. Now, it's a new year. No preseason. You can see this team is just off balance all around, but there is zero excuses. Zero excuses. He has to be better. And he said it. I said it. Everybody says it. The chat says it. And if he doesn't get better, this is the biggest year for not only Doug Peterson, but Carson Wentz too. Do I think we could bench Carson Wentz in the middle of the season? I think if we do, we're hurting his trade value. But will Carson Wentz be the quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles if we win 5 games, 6 games? Probably, I don't know. Philly's a tough place. Jeff Lurie's not about that. I mean, we paid him a lot of money, but Howie Roseman is quick to change on anybody. He'll be on the phone, but you can't trade somebody who's on the bench. You can only trade somebody who's starting. Now, there's other GMs out there like, look, Carson Wentz got talent. They're misusing him. So I'm not afraid of Howie Roseman picking up the phone and a guy out there like, listen, I got Jared Goff looking good. I could definitely get Carson Wentz looking good. Kyle Shanahan over there like, I got Jimmy Garoppolo looking good. What could I do with Carson Wentz? Like offensive-minded coaches will definitely be on the phone for Carson if we don't bench him because the benching will be brought up in the arguments of what you trade for. However, look, it's week 2. We suck. We stink. And part of the reason is because of Carson Wentz. There's no defending it. I am a Wentz supporter. We all are. Some of you guys in the chat ain't. But we're not over here saying, well, maybe Carson could do this. No. Horrible, horrible, horrible. If you're not better, well, guess what? We love Carson, but you know what we love more? The shield. We love this shield. We'll trade any player, any person on the Eagles as long as we're getting better because players will come and go. But the Philadelphia Eagles shield will never leave. And so that's what we rock with the most. But still, I think the best chance to win is with Carson Wentz because if you pull that trigger, Jalen Hurts could be better, could be worse. And then you're really on a problem because you can't use Carson Wentz the same way you want to trade him. So it's all about, my goodness.
And that's a good point, Mike. That's a good point. Because the bottom line is, I was an Eagles fan long before Carson Wentz was damn near even conceived. And I'll be a Carson Wentz fan, I'll be a Philadelphia Eagles fan long after he's gone. But like you said, man, people may not like to hear this right now, but he still is the best shot to win a game. Like, just the truth. And here's my thing. And some of y'all might say, like, I don't see where this sounds bad. You go down the road of putting Jalen Hurts in there. I promise you, he will fail. He's not ready yet, guys. He is not ready. The mechanics aren't there. Progressions aren't there. Our offense will be so predictable, it'll be laughable. He's not there. You're going to go down the road at that point. You have to get rid of Wentz because there's no coming back from that. Howie's probably gone. Doug's probably gone. Like, I think Howie would be gone because it's going to really expose that second round pick. Doug would be gone because I just don't know that you can recover if you end up. If Doug ends up winning less than 7 games, I think he's in a lot of trouble. I don't think there's any way of coming back from that, guys. So your best chance is for Wentz. My problem is I got to see him be better in situations. I know he can do it. He uplifted the practice squad. I know he has the ability. But at some point, man, the lights got to click this season. Because if it doesn't, I don't know what else to do, man. Like, at some point, it has to turn on between coach and quarterback. Both of them got to get it together.
And to piggyback off what you said before I read the super chat, look, Carson Wentz is going to have a few more opportunities. Like, look, they're not going to bench him. This ain't Madden. He's going to have to show something because the leash on him is getting shorter and shorter because the team understands the crowd's noise. They're not going to make a rash decision only on the crowd, but it still is an influencer. Look, it is what it is. He's playing bad. He got to be better. If he's not, something will change. Will it be Carson? Will it be Doug? Will it be Howie? I don't know. But what I'm saying is the money that's tied into it, you have to do it smartly. You can't just bench him week 2, try to bring him back week 5. Hurts looks bad. Carson looks bad. Howie's fired. Doug's fired. Carson gets traded for a 4th round pick because nobody believes in him because we benched him. And now the Eagles are sitting here looking like blah. So we have to relax. It's week 2. We're bad. The NFC East is bad. We got to be better. We're counting on Doug and Carson to do it. If they don't do it, changes will be made. I can't call Doug. Gate can't call Doug. Simone Stanley, she got power. She got Ryan Clark on the John. She got, Bubble Ray. She got a lot of people on the John, but she can't even call Doug herself. So it's going to be in the Eagles' best interest to just figure things out. We're just fans. But shout out to Jay Kills for the $10 super chat. He said, y'all still think it's the statue? He's reached his ceilings. He hasn't got better in 5 years. Facts, facts, facts. I'm not saying it's a ceiling, but he has not got better than 2017 for the last.
I don't know, Mike. Look. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Nothing he's done has translated to the same success as 2017. But
last year,
I can't say that he's not a better quarterback than 2017 I don't agree with that.
I thought it was last year.
He's not showing it in 2020. There's nothing from the Washington thing.
That's fine. Let me interject. Let me interject real fast. I want to go off of, some of the things that you were saying, Mike. You're right. Here's the thing, y'all. We got to realize we ride with Carson Wentz. If he's not it, we're doomed. If we don't ride with Carson Wentz, we're doomed. So I'm going to gamble with Carson Wentz because that's what it is. That's what it's looking like right now. It's looking like it's a gamble, and it's looking like Carson Wentz may not be who I thought he was. I had him at top 5 quarterback. I had him top 3 after this season. I said that he will prove, after getting these weapons, that he will prove to be a top 3 quarterback. Now, I still feel as though he has the talent. He needs to read defenses better. He needs to go through his progressions better. He needs to not try to put everything on his own back better. But I got faith that I think he can do that. It's not like we talking week 14 and we sitting here we sitting here 4-11. I mean 4-10 or something like that. Then we can be in an uproar. And I even told you this about a half an hour ago. If I see some bull crap from him like I seen the last 2 games tomorrow, next week, I'm ready to hop on that train. I'm not getting off the Carson Wentz train, bandwagon, whatever you want to call it, because I feel as though he will get better. I don't know why it takes some time to get better. I don't know because I'm not gonna make this excuse, no preseason, yada yada yada, because nobody had no preseason, and we seen quarterbacks look a lot better. You know what I mean? But I still feel as though Carson Wentz will come up out of the ashes like the Phoenix. And a lot of these people in this comment section, a lot of these people that probably left out of this chat, a lot of the people that have been calling my phone, texting my phone, you're gonna eat your words, man. I mean, that's how I feel.
Hey, and shout out to you for that. Look, again, Carson Wentz, let's reiterate it, was bad. None of us are defending his play. He got to be better, but it's a wait and see approach. Maybe you get Jalen Hurts involved a little bit to see what he can do. He gets a couple first downs, but then what do? Do you keep him in? Do you keep him out? I don't know. It's a big.
That's going to cause more controversy.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. It's going to cause more controversy. And then again, if you are really deciding to move off from Wentz, you got to prove that he's that guy to get picked up by Kyle Shanahan, who he will take to the Super Bowl. With that defense, that run game, Carson will look good. Anyway, shout out to our guy, Waste Media Production says, correct me if I'm wrong, but Doug abandons the plays that got us to the red zone when we get to the red zone. Go ahead, Gate.
I mean, to be honest, Waste Media, it's really hard to say without seeing the all 22, man, because all I'm doing is speaking off emotion right now because I don't have film in front of me to analyze. To be quite honest, I'm trying to think how many opportunities we even had in the red zone today. Like, you know, the thing is, I see people keep commenting that if Wentz doesn't throw that interception, we win the game. I don't necessarily concur with that.
That ain't true.
But if Wentz doesn't throw that interception, we at least have a chance.
Correct.
If Wentz doesn't throw that interception, we're not talking about Wentz like this right now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really that one throw that got everybody in an uproar because we was excited. I know I was. We was so excited. We sitting there like, yeah, Carson, you done drove us down the field. Now let's take the lead. And then you do that. First down, like Mike keeps saying, it's a hurt piece. Because you could have ran a ball. You could have did a screen. You could have did a whole bunch of other stuff. But to do that, that's what really hurts. And that's why we're really talking about this right now. Because Carson Wentz throws a touchdown, right? He throws a touchdown there. Like, I ain't going to say his whole game was bad. But that's what really hurts. If he throws that touchdown, right? Or we score on that play, even if he doesn't throw a touchdown, but we score on that play, right? And they go down, they score again, and then Carson Wentz is a 3-and-out or something like that. Then they score again. We ain't really, I mean, we like, damn, like you went 3-and-out, but because of the fact that he threw that interception right there, that's what really hurts. You know what I mean? That's why everybody's really in an uproar. Like, let's keep it a bean, chat. That's what really hurts. That one throw is what really is hurting us right now.
But wait.
Facts only. Hang on, man. You kind of listen, man. I think you're distorting Reese's point a little bit. He's not saying he only missed one throw. He's saying it's that one throw, right? Because of the decision making. Listen, a dude missing on a couple of throws, big deal, dude. Everyone does it. And I'm here to tell you, you won't find a perfect quarterback. It's not going to happen. But it's that throw in particular that showed a lack of awareness for the game situation that it was like having a knife stuck right in your heart.
Yeah.
That's what Reese was trying to say, man. Like, he's not saying he only missed on one throw.
No,
And this is why.
Go ahead.
And this is what I said to Philly Fresh. Look, I said, look, he doesn't throw that interception. We go ahead and drive down and score a touchdown there, whether it be a run or a pass, I don't care. Well, guess what? All is kind of forgiven because the lead is back on the Philadelphia Eagles side, and now we start the day over. We have to play better from there on out. So look, he missed Zach Ertz high. He missed a couple people high. He threw a horrible ball to Dallas Goedert when the guy said, when you're even, you're leaving. When you're even with a cornerback, you're leaving. He throws a back shoulder pass to Dallas Goedert when he should have thrown it above.
I need to know the play right there, though.
It was.
I need to know the play right there because I get that. If we're looking, we got to look at it. You got to look at it through the whole thing. I need to know exactly what that play was. Was it supposed to be a back shoulder fade?
Maybe,
because that's what it seemed like to me, huh?
I mean, maybe they
and it might have been an option play. And here's another thing, Gate City. You know this as a quarterback. You got option plays, even that far down the field. It depends on where your defender is. Do I go outside? Do I go inside? Your quarterback and your receiver, tight end, running back, whoever, you got to be on the same page. If you feel as though the defender is on your outside, you go inside. If he's on your inside, you go outside. Back shoulder feed. I don't know what that play was, so I'm not really gonna get at the Carson. The play to the interception. I think Miles Sanders, he overthrew him. I want to say one time. The second time his arm got hit. And there was a couple other ones. The one to I can't remember. The fourth down one was horrible. He has some bad throws, but it's just the fact of when the throws came. That's what hurts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what really hurts. Everybody got bad throws. You look through the NFL, it's nobody that goes 30 for 30. You know what I mean? Everybody got bad throws, or they got throwaways, whatever the case may be.
Exactly.
But it's just,
and even Tom Brady misses open receivers too, guys.
Wait, let me say this real quick though. What I can say is this: Carson Wentz missed a handful. I would say there's you could probably pick, especially if you want to get a little extra picky, because again, I'm going to grade Carson Wentz on a higher standard. If Jimmy Garoppolo misses a couple throws, I'm like, well, that's Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm grading Wentz on a higher standard. He missed at least a handful of throws. However, what Philly Fresh was saying, he don't throw that pass and we drive down and score, or he makes that pass, which will be super threading the needle because there was double coverage there. Again, that wasn't a pass by his arm. It was his brain. Why did you throw that pass on first down? Anyways, let's talk about this. If we score there and we take the lead, what I'm saying and what Philly Fresh is saying, everything is forgotten. The missing Zach Ertz, the missing Miles Sanders, the bloody blue is forgotten because we took the lead and now we have to play with that lead. But it wasn't forgotten because he made even a bigger mistake. And now you remember that plus the handful of misses, which puts this game in a F for Carson Wentz. Don't let us say, don't think that we're saying, look, listen, I think people think this. I think people don't think you can do two things. People don't think you can say Carson Wentz sucks, but still should be the starter. They think if you think Carson Wentz sucks, he should be benched. That's not true. He sucked, but he shouldn't be benched because of all the things that go into it. A possible trade person, a possible Jalen Hurts. There's a lot of things that goes into it. You can't just say he sucked, put him on the bench. What happened? You can't put $100 million. You can't minus that. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying, if we win this division and go to the playoffs, everybody that's saying what they saying, they ain't gonna be saying it, man. Like, I need people, and I don't mean to be harsh, but I need people to keep that same energy. I want you to call for Jalen Hurts when you see Carson Wentz go on a 4 or 5 game win streak. You see Carson Wentz beat a big team, and we win a division. If we win a division? I want the same energy from y'all, man. When we win a division, I'm going to tell y'all to comment on my videos, comment in the live section. That first playoff game, you want Jalen Hurts to start. That's the only thing that's really why I'm really kind of pissed. I'm mad at Carson play. Don't get me wrong, but for y'all to say that he should be benched, traded, whatever the case may be, who are you going to get better that don't want their quarterback?
Like, I just don't know that. I don't know we have the solution right now. That's the most frustrating part here, Reese, is like you look at today's game, and it really came down to like some individual play calling by Doug, where I thought the overall scheme was smart. Get the ball out of your hands, max protect. I thought all that was really smart. But then, like, you go to the 4th and 2, and it was like the way he schemed that up, and it was like, dude, what are you doing? You go to Carson on the individual, like, decision-making. First down, you're about to snatch momentum. Your defense comes out and stops the Rams, which I thought was like, whoa, like, holy crap. Maybe there is something here. And then Carson, like, that's the thing, Jay Kills. I understand what you're saying. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
That's what made it hurt more. Like, I was like, why on first down? Like, it's not necessary. Like they're like, understand the risk reward. It was out of proportion there. You can't do that. Like, it's frustrating because I know how good Carson can play, but I'm gonna be real with you. He's barely playing like a starting level quarterback at this point. Like,
facts.
It's frustrating.
But you want to know why it's frustrating? Because we done seen him at his height. We know what he can do. We know how he can put a team on his back. We done seen him do it. I just got faith that he can do it again. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know what happened. Probably, like I said, man, I don't know if he's a concussion. I don't know. You know what I mean? But something needs to change. You know what I mean? Somebody commented, I can't remember who it was, but somebody commented and said they wanted to talk about the defense. We talked about the defense. They wasn't good. Like, it ain't really too much that you can really say about these guys. They was not good. You know what I mean? Couple guys in the defense was, but as a whole, nah.
Shout out to Be More Philly for the 999 super chat. He said, benching someone doesn't always mean you're moving on from them. Getting benched can also be used as a teaching lesson. Can't be no more different than drafting a quarterback. Listen, here's the thing.
BMO, I agree in a very small size here. If you benched him for a series or for a quarter, I think that's a different message than for a game. I don't know if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
But here's the thing. Everybody in the comment section is saying that it's all up here. It's all up here, right? So if you bench the guy, like, what you think is going to happen more up here? You know what I mean? Now, me personally, I don't feel as though Wentz is a quitter or he's not a fighter, or I already told y'all. I just feel as though he tries to do too much. He tries to do too much. That's my personal opinion. I don't feel as though, like, he just, like, gives up or whatever the case may be, but he just tries to do too much. You know what I mean?
Funny, hold on real quick.
Yeah.
It's funny because
Robert, on that point, man, you can't just put that on Carson. The ball location wasn't the greatest. Man, that was a catchable ball. Deshaun Butterfingered that. Come on, man.
Yeah,
but it wasn't a good throw, but you put your hands on it, you catch it. The Dallas Goedert throw, he should have caught that one too. You know what I mean? So
here's my thing. I can see new people coming in here talking about the first thing they say is no excuses for Carson Wentz. Bro, we've been on here for an hour and 53 minutes, and we all said Carson Wentz played bad. Carson Wentz is one of the main reasons why we lost week 1 and week 2. Offensive line helped the other one. Defense helped this one. But it was offensive line and Carson Wentz. It was defense and Carson Wentz. It's still a continuous thing. He's not good. But it's not benchable to me because of everything riding on it. If he's a trade,
I would say it's benchable, Mike, if you had another real solution. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have that. Like, there's no Nick Foles behind him. And I'm not saying Nick Foles is as good as Carson Wentz. That's a pipe dream. But there's no legitimate guy that can take the helm and turn the season around right now. There's a guy that you could try to develop, but if you're wrong, which I think Jalen Hurts has a chance.
Wait, you freeze?
Yeah, he froze.
Hey, look,
He
real
like
quick before he comes back. There's one thing that myself, Philly Mike from the Philly Talk podcast, my guy Philly Fresh, and my Frozen guy Gate City will do. One thing we do, and this is why you just gotta love it. It's football season. We're 0-2. We're trash. We're trash. Carson is playing at an all-time low. This is the worst quarterback in playing I've seen from him ever. And if you try to grade it on a scale from 1 to 32, I think Carson would be around 26, 27, 25. He's not good. However, Philly Fresh will sit here and tell you this, and so will Gate City when he comes back, that us as Eagle content creators will never stop until we're mathematically out of the playoffs. That's it. Because last year we had that same type of energy when we were 5-7. We are 5-7, but my guy Lord Brunson kept the faith. My guy Philly 500 kept the faith. And many of you guys didn't know us back then because we were up and coming, but Fresh, Gate, and I kept the faith. Until we are mathematically out, that's how I ride for the Eagles. Bleed green. And yes, we all said it. We love players. They came and gone.
Army Rangers are fun.
Hey, sorry guys, I can't. My volume's low, but I can kind of hear y'all. I think Carson Wentz froze me as soon as I said Jalen Hurts could be good down the road. I think he froze me out, bro.
Probably. But look, listen. One thing we do is this. At the end of the day, the shield is always going to be there. Carson Wentz will eventually get traded or retire. Every player that's on the Eagles right now will be gone eventually, and our butts will still be rooting for the Eagles. So there's no loyalty to anybody who's not going to perform for the Eagles. However, I still think the best situation is to try to figure it out. You pull the trigger on Carson once the season is over. You don't pull it now because then you pull it on Carson, plus the season is over, plus we lose trade bait. So it's all about us just continuing to overcome adversity and win games. Like Philly Fresh said, we going to be feeling different if for some reason there's no evidence out there that can support this. But if we go on a run, people will feel different. So look, let's see what happens. It's only week 2. We lost. We got to be better on a lot of different aspects of the game. But at the end of the day, we're not mathematically out. So I never give up until we're mathematically out. And as Philly fans, you should know. I mean, we've been through the ups and downs many times. It's not the end of the day. The last time we were 0-2 was 2015. It sucked. We never been 0-2 under Doug. Got to get it corrected. And it starts with both coach and quarterback. They both got to be better, including, most importantly, number 11.
Yeah, and I mean, it's no denying that. Like it comes a time in a man's life when he gotta pull his bootstraps up and get to work, and it's that time for Carson. Like, I don't know if you fold under pressure. I don't know what's going on with you, but at the same time, man, you got to make sure that you getting this job done, man. Against the Bengals, I need to listen, man. I need to see at least 3 touchdowns. I need to see good reads. Man, this should be practice for you. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's time for Carson Wentz to step up. And we all said this after we lost to Miami. Even though Carson had a good game against Miami last year. But we all said this. It's time for you to step up. And it's crazy that we're saying this in week 2. It is time for Carson Wentz to step up. I don't want to hear nothing. Doug called a good game. I mean, a couple plays you can debate. You can go back and forth about it. Cool. But all in all, Doug called a way better game than he did against the Washington football team. It is up to you, Mr. Carson Wentz, to step up. And it's also up to Mr. Jim Schwartz, because we're putting all this energy in Carson Wentz once again. And we're just leaving Jim Schwartz out there. Like, dude, what are you doing? Like, seriously, like, I understand we want to talk about Carson, but can we get on some of this defense? Like, I don't know what I was seeing out there. Even if Carson had a good game, how the heck could he compete with that? You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not just saying this to try to throw shade on Jim and get the blame off of Carson. I'm just speaking facts. That was bad, man. That was bad from the defensive aspect. That was bad from the scheming aspect. Nate Gary, you need to sit your behind down. You need to come sit with me and watch the game. Seriously, because listen, from what I seen from the defense, man, I'm just as mad as from what I seen from Carson.
Same, but yo, on the real though, look, again, I know it's all about the Eagles and we suck, but man, the icing on the top had to hurt when you see the Cowboys come back from 27-7, from 20-0. The fact that they got the onside kick, who gets onside kicks? Catch the ball. It's trash. It's trash. But yeah, we went on 2 hours, a lot longer than we wanted to. We're supposed to go for 1 hour. Shout out to all 340 in the chat. Again, it might not look like that from where you're watching, but we're on 3 different channels: the Philly Talk Podcast, Philly Fresh, and Gate City Sports Channel. So go sub these guys up if you don't know. And if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. We do live streams throughout the week. We do normal videos talking about how kind of good our Eagles are. The videos are going to be different this week. Best and believe the videos will have a little anger, a little something extra in these videos. But definitely check our channels out. Smash that like button. It's easy. It's cheap. It's cheap. It's free. It's free. Hit the X button. Hit the like button. For the Cowboy fans in here, go ahead and hit the dislike button. I already know I got about 5 dislikes. I appreciate it. I ain't mad at the game. Until next time, I mean, you got your closing thought, my guys?
Yeah, real fast. Y'all know I get my free giveaways every week. You know what I mean? I got a 3-way tie. It was Miles Sanders all-purpose yards. He had 131 altogether, and 3 people commented and had 125. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do it.
They don't get what? Like 375?
No, I'm not going to do that. What I will probably do is, and you know, you got to keep watching this week. I'm gonna let y'all guys know, and I'm gonna comment and let them know what I'm gonna do. But what I probably will do is I probably have just them go again with the competition next week on whatever I pick, and whoever wins out of that, then they get that. You know what I mean? Because man, it was close, man. So shout out to DH Eagle 071. There's a couple other dudes, man, but you just gotta watch the channel, man. You'll see.
Come through to the Philly Fresh channel and you will find out. He ain't giving this nothing away for free. Come to his channel, smash that like, watch the video, and he'll let you know. Go ahead, Gate.
Final thoughts would be this, guys. Carson's got to be better, man. I know the D lost this game. I know the D lost the game. I'm not blind, guys. But Carson didn't do anything to keep us in this game or to win it. And that's a problem because the talent level of Carson is not meeting the production this year. He's got to get better, man. Like, we cannot, like, I don't care about going 8-8 or 9-7. We have, like, to me, just making the playoffs and getting knocked out in the wild card round, it's not enough. It's not enough. Like, it's got to get better. Like, I'm sorry, guys, but you already know what's going to be coming for me this week. There's going to be a lot of film breakdown, and I'm going to be really critical about Doug and Carson, guys. I can't in good faith not point out what I'm seeing on film. Like, I believe in the talent level, but it's got to come out on the field, man. It has to happen on the field, or you're just a really talented guy that never really produced.
Yeah, and that just sucks. But like I said, shout out to everybody still in the chat listening to us. Like I said, we went 2 hours hard for you guys. Definitely hit that like button for wherever you're watching it, and subscribe to wherever channel you're watching. And actually subscribe to everybody, the Philly Talk Podcast, Gate City Sports Channel, and our guy Philly Fresh. Yes, 0-2 is disgusting. But 12% chance to make the playoffs when you're 0-2. And it had to jump up a little bit because it's extra team A. He might really need that extra spot.
But it's going to jump up a little bit more too, Mike, because this division is not good.
Yeah, I know. Do you know how great would it be though if I had to get off here and not just see Cowboy fans like we won the game against the Falcons? Blah, blah.
They still bad though. They still bad. I don't care. I don't care that you won. You're still bad.
Yeah. Hey. Bad knows bad. And like I said, shout out to everybody in the chat. Smash that like button. We will be out all week coming for blood when it comes to the preparation and the you guys better fix it type of attitude when it comes to the Philadelphia Eagles. That's it. I mean,
hey, Mike, one quick thing for you jump off. Do you guys see something getting shooken up before week 3? Can you see a surprise move somewhere?
Yeah, Trevor Williams starting over Avonte Maddox. Let's go.
Yeah. Taylor starting over Nathan Gary. Let's go. Seriously.
I got to be real with you. I don't think they're going to make any changes. I don't. I want to. I so wanted to piggyback off of what Reese said and say Sean Bradley instead of Taylor, but I just don't believe it.
I hope so, man. I hope so, man. But we getting out of here, man. I'm gonna let my guy give the final word, but you already know how I ended, man. You know what it is. Even though we lost, I'm still the same energy, man. Y'all know what it is. Stay Philly. Stay fresh, y'all.
That Gate City, give your thing. That's even more demoralizing than saying that after a loss.
Yeah, bro. This is a Carson Wentz's fan club over here. We're looking for members. It's a $99.99 fee.
Sign me up, but I ain't paying no money.
Hey, yeah, listen. It is what it is. Look. I bleed green until we're mathematically out. Come at me. They added an extra team for a reason. We might need an extra spot, but I'll take any type of playoffs from my guy. And Carson Wentz sucked. For people who say, Mike, you talk too highly, he sucked.